Stronger teams, smarter plays. This is Hustle Heart. Let's get to work.
Season Journal, final entry. You could feel it the moment you walked in this week, something steady in the air, like the place was holding its breath before the next big push. Not tension, focus, the kind that hums under the surface when everyone knows what they're part of. Eddie's been back for 7 days, and somehow everything's sharper. Not louder, just clearer. He's not trying to lead by title or memory, he's leading by presence. Shows up early, sweeps without being asked, checks in with the new guys. When Jason mixed up a material order midweek, Eddie didn't scold him, he pulled him aside. They spread the plans out on the tailgate and fixed it together. Jason came back later and said quietly, "That's what it's supposed to feel like." We all knew exactly what he meant. Dana said it best on Thursday. It's like everyone's raising their own bar, without being told to. She's right. There's no speech, no scoreboard, just people catching each other doing things right and trying to top it the next day. Coach says this is the real measure of a team. What happens after the win? Whether you protect what you built or keep building it. He reminded us, a dynasty isn't a streak, it's a standard. You earn it again every morning. So here we are, last page of the season. But it doesn't feel like an ending, it feels like kickoff. Eddie's not chasing redemption anymore, and none of us are waiting for orders. We're chasing better, together, one broom sweep, one assist, one small standard at a time. Coach locked up tonight, glanced back at the lights and said, "See you at dawn," and every single one of us will be there.
Honestly, Amani, that's the stuff that makes me think of the old school champs. So you think about the Pittsburgh Steelers back in the 70s, right? Those dudes won 4 Super Bowls in 6 years. No social media, no monster contracts, just straight grit and showing up. Those teams, their standard was work, not the scoreboard. That's what I love about this journal entry too. After some soul searching, turns out Eddie's the type to sweep up, check in on the new guy, and not make a big deal out of it. Like you just know he's becoming the one everyone wants to follow, and no one needs to tell them twice. That hits different, you know?
And that's the test, right? After the fireworks, when the camera crews are gone, will you stick to the behaviors that earned you success or coast on the memory of the trophy? I mean, we've seen it 100 times with teams or companies who hit a streak, celebrate, and then, boom, next year, they're nowhere to be seen. This journal captures what happens if you don't let your standard drop, especially after a win.
It's almost poetic, isn't it? All those invisible actions, checking in with Jason when he made a mistake, spreading the plans out on a tailgate to fix things together. There isn't a single mention of defending the title. It's about chasing better, not just celebrating. That's the heartbeat of legacy, what happens in the ordinary days after the so-called peak.
Yeah, and the best part is there's no big speech. Dana saying, it's like everyone's raising their own bar without being told to. You want to know if your team's for real? Watch how they behave after that big win, not just during. And honestly, that's way more fun, because you can feel it in the air, like the work's just getting started.
Let's zoom out for a second. Coach in this journal nails it. A dynasty isn't a streak, it's a standard. You earn it again every morning. That's such a practical point for any business, too. You want to build something that lasts? You set a bar for how you operate, not just what you achieve. And you reset it daily, not just after a win. I always remember Simon Sinek has this take on the infinite game. You can play to win a single match, or you can play to keep playing and improving. The infinite game teams, the legendary ones, they obsess over their standards, not their win-loss record. That's legacy thinking.
Miles, I love that. And it actually challenges this culture of hit your numbers, win your bonus, check out. There's nothing wrong with rewards, but rituals and standards are what stick when the scoreboard resets. You can see it from sports to business to family stuff. Goals can launch you, but standards sustain and evolve you. There's a line I keep coming back to: your habits are your legacy in action. Anyone can get motivated for one award season, but showing up with presence and care day after day, without a trophy in sight, that's where the story writes itself.
And let's be real, goals can make folks cut corners or coast once they're hit. But if your standard is say, hey, we meet at 7, we sweep our own space, we help every new hire, that doesn't flip just because you landed the big project or closed out the quarter. It becomes who you are. Like on my teams, after we clinched a record bonus month, we didn't skip our Monday morning huddle ritual. Same checklist, same good mornings, same energy. No one sliding by. The win was gone, but the habit stuck. That's how you build a dynasty. You keep moving the bar for yourself, not for any scoreboard.
And that's the bigger picture, being a steward of the culture, not just a performer chasing a highlight reel. I mean, think back to what we touched on a few episodes ago with integrity reps and the small daily rituals. This is the next step. Protect what you've earned with standards and then push it forward together. That's sustainable success.
Yeah, and to bring it down to earth, this is how you avoid those one-hit wonders, right? Standards mean everyone's raising their own bar, like Dana said in that journal, and it keeps the whole place sharper every single day.
This part gets me, honestly. Dana noticing how the crew's catching each other doing things right. It's not about grinding harder. It's about little rituals that stack up, like invisible threads weaving a stronger team story moment by moment. Think about it. What if you caught someone putting away extra supplies without being asked, or saw a coworker quietly prepping for tomorrow so the next shift's smoother? Those micro moments are how culture multiplies and the real legacy's built.
Okay, 5 real-world examples. Here we go. 1. Leaving the break room a touch cleaner than you found it, no matter what. 2. Writing a quick thank you note or giving a shout-out to someone who fixed a problem quietly. 3. Asking the new team member if they want to join the lunch table. 4. Double-checking the team calendar to make sure nobody's left in the lurch. 5. Volunteering to walk a new hire through the shop layout, just because you remember how lost you felt on your first day. None of that makes the highlight reel, but that's how teams level up, fast.
And don't just listen. Pick one daily standard, like seriously catch yourself or your crew doing a little extra, even after you landed a big win. Give a real, no-fake shout-out when someone makes your day easier. Or, if you're more of a behind-the-scenes type, just learn someone's name who's usually not on your radar. That's how this stuff sticks. We talk about action items because no standard survives in a notebook or a sign on the wall. It's the small daily moves that build the legacy.
Jake, you're so right. Rituals outlast motivation. Coach said it best. See you at dawn. That's not a threat. It's a promise everyone keeps to themselves and each other. One broom sweep at a time, one new standard at a time. And for everyone listening, this is it. Your challenge is to do one thing this week that's a little above your standard, not to impress anyone, but to grow what you're part of. That's how dynasties get built. Quiet, unbroken, day after day.
I'll just drive this home. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the next goal. The best teams stay sharp with small rituals, micro improvements, and relentless standards. Want to be the best crew or business in town? Start with what you do before the lights go on and way after the trophy's lifted. Legacy isn't the win. It's what happens next. So, set your standard, then raise it.
All right, that's it for today in this book. One final time, do the action items. That's how champions operate. We want to see listeners out there leveling up every day. Not just today, not just for the bonus, but for the standard you set for yourself and your crew.
Thanks for joining us on the Hustle and Heart journey. Until next time, keep raising the standard.
See you at dawn, team. Stay sharp, stay humble, and keep building that legacy. See you in the next book.
You have been listening to Hustle and Heart. Remember, champions aren't born, they're built on small daily choices.